All right, everybody. Dave Call here, and I would like to introduce you to MEL expression programming in Maya. Now, this is for the beginning programmer, and whether you think you like code or not, the code will become a part of you. Let me tell you why this can be so valuable. Let's take a look at creativeheads.net. And over here, you'll find this with pretty much any technical job as a technical director. You'll want, with Maya, in-depth knowledge, experience with the API, Python or C++, strong scripting skills in Python and PyML. Now, MEL is the original language in Maya, and then Python was added to it later. So if you know MEL, you can easily learn Python. You will be able to learn C# and C++. So here was an example one of my students was asking me for, and this is having a gear rotate and translate properly in sync. Now imagine that this is just a wheel on a car, so it has to rotate properly, and that's how it's going to work. Now, how would you find the code for that? Well, you can look at Google, or you can look at Stack Overflow, for instance. And what you'll find, if you look this up online, you'll find a expression that will look something like this. This is some MEL code. Wheel.rotateZ equal cart.translatex divided by 2.0. Now the 2.0 represents the diameter of the wheel. Now this particular gear in here, if I go to Windows, Animation Editors, I'll use the Tear Off tab, and then I'll go to Expression Editor. You'll notice that I could scale this up, and the diameter of the gear is 2.62 units, and you can find that when you do a measuring tool. So from here to here is 2.62. That's important to have. Then of course you have pi, and then multiply it by 360 to get the amount of degrees. So what that will allow you to do is solve this simple problem that may not be obvious at first. Now, what's the benefit of using MEL instead of just keyframing it? Well, if you look over here, I've got a floating point variable I'm declaring using a $sign, and I'm calling it speed. If I wanted to make this go faster, I would type in, say, 10 and go to Edit. And I'll go ahead and play this, and you'll see that this goes faster right here. So this is something, if the TD or the supervisor needs something faster or slower, you can easily do that. If I typed in 50, you'll see it goes much slower, but it still follows the rules. So you see, it's pretty easy. It makes a lot of sense. All this is available online. Remember that you want to practice some MEL using the expression editor. If, for instance, your code is gone, say I close this down and go to Windows, Animation Editors, Expression Editor, all you have to do is go to Select Filter by Expression Name and click on Expression 1. Hold down Control with the middle mouse button, and here is that expression again. We have the gear, and it is rotate Y and translate X are being controlled by the expressions right here. Very simple. That is all you need to do to achieve this kind of influence. You have some flexibility here to make this gear go faster or slower. Now notice also I'm using a sine wave. You see it eases back and forth instead of just stopping all of a sudden. So hopefully this makes some sense, and I will see you in the next lesson.